What's going on, folks? Now that one of the biggest boxing events ended yesterday, earlier this morning, rather, between Terrance Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, in which Canelo Alvarez was outclassed from bell to bell. Something like that's his kryptonite. That's Canelo's kryptonite, going against boxers who know how to box and break his rhythm. And that entire fight was Crawford breaking his rhythm every time he tried to set up. And I'm saying this only because I've been watching boxing since I was a kid in the 80s. I used to watch with my dad when he used to come on network television. So I grew up watching the greats like Hagler, Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, and I even backtrack, Ray Robinson, the Bronze Bomber, Floyd Patterson, you name it. So Jack Johnson. So I've always been an amateur historian when it comes to boxing, also an amateur commentator too, and observationist. I'm not professional. I didn't go to. I never been in a boxing ring before. Now I've had plenty of sparring sessions, and I've gotten my bell rung a few times, but I never competed in the sport of boxing. But anyway, having said all that, I know I can confidently know like what to look for, different movements, because again, great fighters. I like a lot of the defensive style fighters, not the ones just going balls to the wall trying to knock people's head off. Of course, everyone loved Tyson because yeah, he was a monster, he was a wrecking machine. But also like great fighters like Pernell Whitaker, Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather. Guys like that, James Toney, guys like that who were defensive minded, make you miss while you're in the pocket, and at the same time make you pay. That's when the thing got popular. Hit and don't get hit. Everyone used to always say Floyd would run when he would fight. It's the difference between making your opponent miss and then making them pay for it, and then not getting hit with anything they try to throw back again. That's not running. That is being a skilled boxer. Getting your hits in and minimizing your damage. And that's what Canelo did last night against. That's what Canelo got done to him last night by Crawford, because Terrance put on a masterful show, and I was wondering if he would go southpaw, and he did. He fought southpaw that entire fight, and it really messed with Canelo. You can see him getting frustrated and throwing his rhythm off, because it seemed like he would set his jab, his 1-2, but in the middle of that one, Crawford would throw something that would break that rhythm, whether it be a jab to the body, jab to the face, or a straight left or a straight right. Something will always break that rhythm up, but Canelo could never get off. He was always off balance. And that's when that's what happens when you deal with elite boxers. They make you break your rhythm. No matter how strong you are, if you can't plant and get a good shot off and connect, your power's negated. And his power was totally negated that entire fight. Oh man, y'all let me know what you think of the fight, and not just boxing too, but I love combat sports in general. Okay, I've always been a big combat sports enthusiast. Boxing being my first, but then as UFC grew, I love that. K1, like World Combat League. That was Chuck Norris's league before it folded. I will watch that. You combat sports. Collegiate wrestling. I watch. I just like combat sports because that competitive aspect always appealed to me, and just watching people compete at a high level is always fascinating. The preparation you got to put in, the conditioning, the mental preparation you got to put in is insane. And then you're out there actually in a ring where someone's actually trying to hurt you for money, and you're trying to do the same thing to them. And I'm glad that Crawford got the W. I'm glad he got it in a convincing way. I'm glad he got all the flowers, and I hope he gets everything he's supposed to, because he's been getting overlooked for a long time. He's been recognized as one of the greats in boxing because he wouldn't get a fair shake. People say he didn't have a draw, his personality and stuff like that. Nah, man, I don't think this gave him a chance. I don't think they gave Terrance a chance because they were scared, like really scared. Like, oh man, this guy, he's not. They didn't have the belief in him that he was that type of fighter. He showed yesterday, man, that he is among the elite, among the elite. And this is my opinion, man. I seriously think that a fighter like Terrance Crawford would have been good in any era. I think he'd have been great in there with the Hagler Hearns. I think he'd have been good in there with Floyd Patterson's. That's where I think Terrance Crawford is. But y'all let me know what your comments are, what you think, what your opinion of the fight was. Leave the don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Again, y'all, let's keep the engagement going. Y'all really appreciate it all, man. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments, man. And oh man, who else saw the news of Mayweather and Tyson supposed to fight in the spring of 2026? What you think of that?